Hi, my name is Will Hankey. Today we're going to be talking about advanced SEO for WordPress. Thank you for joining today's session, and let's just jump right in. So we're going to get a little bit beyond the basics today. There are some basic things that you can do to get your SEO set up. We're going to talk about a little bit more advanced stuff today, and in particular, things that you can do to your website that, it's going to make you money. Which I'm pretty sure everybody likes. So when you originally built your website, you thought you maybe even spent a lot of money on it, and you thought, we'll get all this done, we'll get everything up there, and the people will start coming to it, the leads will start coming in, and typically that's unfortunately what a lot of business owners think, and build it and they will come, but did they really come? Probably not. It's very, very common for websites to be built and then nothing done with them afterwards. And unfortunately, most business owners are missing a lot of potential revenue and income if they realize that their website is more than just a brochure, that it's actually something that can generate leads and help you run your business a little bit better. So, what we're always, of course, after is more incoming traffic, more people coming to the website, which means more money, more leads, more referrals, more opportunities to build your business. So you've already got a great CMS, and we're talking about WordPress here. You've already got your website built on this great platform, which some recent statistics I've heard is that about 20% of all websites now are running on WordPress, which is just a phenomenal amount. So it's got a ton of support. It's very popular. There's always word camps going on. There's different things around the country that are supporting the WordPress movement. So if you've already got that done, so you're definitely in a good position to start doing some things to help your overall SEO. So first I want to talk about some recommended plugins. The easiest way to update your WordPress site and configure it in different ways is to use some of the plugin features that they offer. The most popular SEO plugin is called Yoast SEO. You can see the link down here at the bottom. Yoast has several other plugins which we'll talk about in a minute, but the great thing about the Yoast SEO is it really takes all different aspects of your website into consideration, and I'm just going to quickly talk about a couple of those, and once you install this plugin, you'll see some of these in some other screens as well. But under the titles and metas option there, you can actually do some things such as no index your subpages of archives. Now what that means, it sounds pretty geeky. What that means is after you've blogged 5 or 6 articles, then as you start to write newer articles, the old ones go into the archives, and they still have a valid URL to that article that you wrote. But as they start to move into the archives, they also get a /archives, so whatever your domain name is, .com/archives/this article. What that does is that starts to cause some duplicate content issues, because now that article resides in 2 different locations, 2 different addresses. So the way you fix that is to tell the search engines not to index those archive pages. And they exist for humans and for a little bit easier searchability type things, but there's no reasons for the search engines to index the same content twice. In fact, it's not a good thing at all. There's also a social tab, and one of the things that a lot of people overlook here is that you can add open graph metadata to Facebook, and you can also add some different metadata to your Twitter, your Twitter handle, your Twitter card, and your Google Plus account. These things tie all of your social efforts together into one place, and Google understands the relationship between your website, your Facebook fan page, your Google Plus page, things of that sort. Definitely worth doing. It also does some other things. If somebody decides to share one of your articles that you wrote on Facebook, it automatically knows what description to pull in, what picture to pull in if you've done a featured image. It knows what to pull in so that they're not having to fill out that stuff themselves, which is really nice. You can also add yourself as a Facebook admin, as you see I did down in the corner here. One click and it logs into Facebook and adds you as an admin, which makes it a little bit easier. You can see the Facebook Insights, which is kind of like Google Analytics for Facebook. You can see what's actually going on with your Facebook account, how many likes you're getting, how much traffic you're getting, those sort of things. So the other thing I wanted to talk about is the XML Sitemap. This one's pretty important. You have to check the box at the top there to get your sitemap set up. And what happens is this Yoast plugin will automatically create a sitemap for you. And a sitemap is nothing more than a map of every page on your website, all kept in one file that the search engines can download and digest easily. So instead of them having to stumble through your website to find different pages, they can download this one file and know exactly where every page on your website is. Pretty cool. Definitely worth setting up, and it only takes one click to do so. Last thing I wanted to show you here is that this is a little bit more technical, but there is an option here to edit your robots.txt and your htaccess file straight from the browser, so you don't have to worry about getting into an FTP software issue or trying to understand how to do all that. Some of these things you can just edit right from here, and these two files are ones that an SEO would want to be able to get to quickly. Now, I mentioned earlier that Yoast had a couple other plugins and wanted to go through those really quick for you. This one is really starting to gain momentum, and it's a great way for anyone that's doing video to get to the top, or at least move up quickly in the search engine rankings. And it's the Video XML plugin. This particular plugin is $69, and what it does is anytime you add a video to YouTube, when you link to it in your website, if you're embedding the video that you made onto your website, it automatically puts in that XML code, which helps the search engines understand what that video is about, what thumbnail to use, and some of these things will show up in the organic rankings. So if you have a video out there about your business and somebody types in Blue Widgets St. Louis, you may rank organically for your business, for your homepage. And if you also have a video that's optimized to those particular words, that video may show up as one of the original 10 results too. Now, the nice thing about that is every time something else shows up that's yours, you're pushing one of your competitors down the page a little more, or maybe even to page 2. So definitely worth, if you're doing any sort of video, this plugin is a must-have. And lastly, the Local SEO plugin. If you are targeting a specific area, so if you're a plumber or some sort of service provider where your service area is not huge, it's St. Louis or it's Kansas City or it's some just metropolitan area, then this sort of plugin would really be beneficial to you as well. It helps you target some of the smaller areas. It helps you set up some other related things that will help you benefit from those local rankings. And this one, I think, is $69 also. Yeah. Okay, another great plugin that I just love, and there's a couple of these out there, but the one that I particularly like is called Widget Logic. And what it does is it actually shows different widgets on your page depending on certain scenarios. So I've got an example here of showing a certain widget depending on what post category the blog or the article happens to be in. So in this case, this article is about bed frames. So over on the right hand side, you'll see that there's a matching advertisement that there's free shipping on all bed frames during the winter. So the Widget Logic said, well, this post is in the bed frame category, therefore show this particular set of code, which in this case is an image with a link to the bed frames page. So lots of different things you can do with this particular plugin, and it's a terrific way to kind of make your website a little bit more interactive or dynamic. Another great plugin that I talk about a lot is YARP. It's yet another related post plugin. And this one has really gained a lot of momentum. It's probably one of the most popular related post ones out there. And what you can do is, this is a site called Float Missouri, and at the end of each article, the YARP plugin pulls tags and categories that you've done on other posts, and through some sort of an algorithm, it pulls up what it thinks are related posts to the one that you just read. It also can tie in a picture, which is really nice, and in this case it says more reading. So the opportunity that I have for people to stay longer on my website, digest more information about whatever topic it is or whatever service I'm selling, the more that they read, the more it just establishes me as the subject matter expert, and the same for you. The next plugin is called Schema Creator by Raven. This is a pretty generic schema creator. There are some other schemas out there that are a little more technical, but the average business owner should definitely have this plugin on their website. And what this does is it gives the search engines some extra code behind the scenes that explains the title of this particular blog, what this website is about. If there's a description, it gives all that information in a pre-formatted, expected code way that the search engines expect it to be. So not only Google, but Yahoo, Bing, all the other search engines expect this particular set of code to be formatted in this way, and if it is, it makes the search engine's job a lot easier, and therefore they understand what your website is about a little bit better, and gives you more of an advantage in the overall search results. I also like the plugin called Sociable. If you are on Facebook, Google+, those sort of things, that's great. This is a little different. This actually gives the opportunity to your visitors to share your actual posts or page on their own Facebook feed or Google+ feed, those sort of things. It's just one click. It automatically sends over the information about the title, the open graph stuff we talked about earlier, the right title, the right description, a featured image if there is one, so that the person that's sharing that article doesn't have to really do any work other than click there to share it, and it shows up on their feed fairly quickly. I'm also a fan of Google Experiments. We are talking about advanced SEO, so one of the things that someone who's doing a little bit more advanced SEO type things is that you're always testing different pages. So you might have a page that has a blue call to action button that gets people to sign up for your newsletter, let's say. You might want to consider trying an orange button or a red button. So what you would do is you would build a separate page that's exactly like your regular newsletter subscription page, but you change one or maybe two things on it. I would probably stick with one thing at a time. That way you know exactly what caused the increase or decrease in traffic. So let's say we changed it to a red button. What we can do then is we can log into Google Experiments, which is inside your Google Analytics account, and set up these two different pages, and Google will serve each of these pages 50% of the time. And then they'll see which of those particular pages ended up converting more people or getting more people to sign up for your newsletter. So you may find out that the red button performed 20% better than the blue button did over a specific amount of time, say 30 days or 60 days. Then you can, obviously you would go with the red button over that. Then what you can do is do another test and try an orange button and see if an orange button converts even more, or you might find out that nobody really likes the orange button and the red button's still the king. But you don't know until you try these experiments. So it's definitely worth taking the time to set this up. Once you set it up in Google Analytics, then Analytics will give you a block of code to put into your website. And with this particular plugin, you just put it into that plugin, and it will always know just what pages to put that, to show that code up on for you. So very little technical ability required here, other than maybe copy and paste. So some other recommendations about WordPress SEO we're going to talk about now. If you haven't got your Google Webmaster Tools account set up, I highly recommend that you do so. And you just go to google.com/webmasters. Plug in your website. There's a button there that says Add Website. Make sure that you put in your www.domain.com or whatever your website is. And then also put it in, go back and do the Add Site button again and put it in without the www. So just domain.com. Put both of those in there and verify that you own both of those accounts. To Google, those are two separate web entities, I guess you could say. And by claiming them both, that helps them realize that it's really just one website. So I definitely recommend that you sign up for this. There's some great things you can get here, including the crawl errors, which you can see right there under current status. You can see if the search engines are having any trouble indexing any of the pages on your website, and they'll tell you where those pages are linked from and which pages are broken, and then you can go and fix those links so that you're getting credit for all of that traffic that's coming in and ending up on some sort of a page not found. Also on the left, you can click on Crawl and then go to Sitemaps. And here in the upper right, there's a button that says Add your sitemap. Definitely take the time to set up your sitemap. And we talked about earlier with the Yoast plugin. Yoast will set your sitemap up for you. Then you just click on a button there to view your sitemap. It'll give you the address to it, which is what you would plug into the Google Webmaster Tools section. So now we've created this great sitemap that helps the search engines digest it. Now we're actually telling Google the location of it as well. So it gives you even a little bit more of an advantage over somebody who's not doing that and is forcing Google to just stumble through their website in order to find that information. So definitely worth taking the extra 10 seconds it takes to set this up. Google Publisher and Authorship. I speak a lot about Authorship. I really believe in its power. I think that if people that don't have this set up are definitely going to start, if they haven't already, be at a bit of a disadvantage in the overall search results. And so what Authorship does is if you've ever done a search for anything and one or two of the results over on the left has a picture of somebody's head or some sort of a headshot, even if it's not the first result, say it's the third result, you're still drawn to that result because of that extra picture and there's a little bit more information there. So that is what ties to the Google Authorship thing that they've got set up for us. Now in February of 2013, the CEO of Google said, Eric Schmidt said that within search results, information that's tied to online profiles will be ranked higher than content without such verification. So if you've taken the steps to install the Authorship on your WordPress website and you've built a Google Plus page on with your own profile information, then you're gonna start to benefit from the rankings that this provides. So it's definitely worth taking the time to do it. My favorite plugin to get this set up is called Authorsure, and it's just a couple steps and you have it all set up. It's very quick and very easy. There's a couple different ways that you can show your bio on your page that tells about about the author kind of thing. Really easy. So the last thing I wanted to tell you about is that I actually have a 19 video series on how to set up your WordPress website for SEO from start to finish. Now, I go into each configuration step of the Yoast plugin, the YARP, some of these other plugins that I mentioned today. I go very much into more detail on how to configure each one of these in particular so that they are the most optimized and your website is the most optimized for SEO. Now, this entire video series typically costs $97. Today, if you used a promo code webinar14, you can actually get it for $57, which is 40% off. Now, this promo code expires at the end of the month, so take advantage of this quickly. And the nice thing is you can do all of this at your own pace, at your own at your own time. Whenever you want to, you can take in one video, get some things done, and the next day go ahead and do a couple more. No rush, no hurry. You've got the videos. I'm always creating more videos for this particular series, so even though it's 19 now, anytime that there's an update, you'll always be alerted of those updates, and anything that needs to be changed on your website, you'll be able to do quickly. So I appreciate your time today. My name is Will Hankey again with Red Canoe Media. I appreciate you watching the video, and if you have any questions, shoot me a message on Twitter at Red Canoe Media, and I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have, and have a great day.